There comes a moment when curiosity becomes heavier than fear, when humanity stops asking, should we go, and simply decides to go. That was how Project Halo was born. The year was 2173. Earth had stopped dreaming long ago. Oceans had turned gray, skies burned pale, but somewhere in the cold silence of deep space, a signal began to pulse. At first it was nothing, just static caught in the Kepler array's failing sensors. But then it repeated, a slow rhythmic beat like a heart. Every 47 hours the pulse returned. Same frequency, same signature. And that single anomaly reawakened what humanity thought it had lost: wonder. Dr. Rena, astrophysicist, was the first to decode it. Inside her small orbital lab above the Pacific expanse, she spent nights tracing the signal through the noise of a dying network. She filtered it, mapped it, inverted it, until the pulse formed a pattern no machine could explain. A pattern that felt alive. She didn't sleep for 3 days. When her colleague asked what she was chasing, she whispered only one sentence: "It's not random. It's calling." The transmission came from a coordinate outside any mapped star cluster, from Erithus 9, a world that shouldn't exist. And yet, the signal was undeniably real. The governments of Earth didn't hesitate. Curiosity, once again, outweighed caution. The United Planetary Council authorized a mission known only as Project Halo. It was built in secret, a cooperation between rival nations who hadn't spoken in decades, not because they trusted each other, but because they all feared missing out. From the ashes of Earth's fallen orbital stations rose something new: the Helios Ark, humanity's first true interstellar ship. Half machine, half miracle. Powered by the quantum core drive, a reactor capable of bending space-time itself. "It won't fly," said the critics. "It will fold," whispered the engineers. And so it did. 6 chosen souls stood at the edge of history. Commander Yarrow Trent, a man who had flown too close to death and returned with a smile. Former combat pilot, known for making impossible landings in storms no radar could read. Dr. Rena, the mind who found the signal. Sharp, focused, and quietly terrified that she might be chasing her own reflection in the dark. Dax Marin, chief engineer, grieving a world he'd already lost. His only family now was the ship he built. Dr. Neva Choi, medical officer and psychologist. She didn't believe in stars, only in people, and how they break. Ilya Voron, data specialist, sarcastic, brilliant, always half smiling, as if he'd seen the ending long before it began. Unit 7, an AI designed to oversee life support and mission integrity. Its voice, neutral, calm, but some swore it paused a little too long before answering, like it was thinking. Together, they were representatives of a dying planet chasing its last question. "Are we alone? T-minus 60 seconds. The Helios Ark stood on the launch platform, a silhouette of gleaming silver and shadow. Underneath, the quantum core pulsed like the same rhythm Rena had decoded. Coincidence? No one could explain. 5, 4, 3. 1,000 eyes watched across Earth's fragmented cities. This was not just science, this was faith wearing a spacesuit. 2, 1, and then silence. No explosion, no smoke trail. The Helios Ark didn't take off. It folded. Space around it rippled, bending like glass underwater. A shimmer of light swallowed the ship whole, and it was gone. For 21 hours, Earth received nothing, no signal, no coordinates, no confirmation. Then, a single message arrived through the static, broken, trembling, but clear. "We're through, but something's wrong with the stars." Inside the Ark, everything seemed normal, until it didn't. The constellations outside the viewport were wrong. The patterns they'd memorized since childhood were gone. Trent stared at the sky for hours, trying to find Orion. Polaris, anything familiar? There was nothing. "Are we lost?" Neva asked. Rena shook her head slowly. No. The stars moved. They weren't lost. The universe was different. For the first time, humanity had crossed a boundary even science hadn't defined. And in that vast silence, far beyond the reach of every map ever drawn, a voice echoed through the comms. "Welcome, back." They had crossed beyond light into a realm where even space had memory. What waited for them was not another world, but something that remembered them. If you've made it this far, you're already part of the journey. Subscribe and join us, because next time, we're landing on the world that called humanity back. This is Fictional Cosmic, where stories meet the stars. Space isn't empty. It's waiting. 3 days after the jump, the crew of the Helios Ark still couldn't locate a single known star. The instruments said they were somewhere, but the maps said nowhere. The stars outside didn't twinkle. They watched. Rena worked non-stop. Every hour, the reactor output flickered. Navigation panels rebooted at random, and the spaceship's AI Unit 7 began to stutter mid-sentence. Core integrity at 9, 9, 9, 9, error, error, restart. They called it the loop. It happened every 6 hours, like the ship itself was forgetting it existed. Could it be radiation? Dax asked. No, Rena replied, staring at the flickering screen. It's something external, something interfering. When they tried to resync their position through Earth's quantum net, they found only static, except for one repeating frequency, the same pulse. The one that started the mission. At 0200 hours, Commander Trent ordered full comm isolation, but even with the antennas offline, the voice continued. You came too soon. Turn back. It wasn't in any language they knew, but Rena translated the pattern anyway. She didn't tell the others what it said. Her hands shook as she typed the result. You were expected. They found it on day 8. A sphere the size of a continent suspended in black space, Erithus 9. But it wasn't a planet. It had no orbit, no rotation, it just floated. The scanners detected metallic structures on the surface, patterns too precise to be natural. A dead world, yet transmitting life. Prepare for descent, Trent ordered. The ship shuddered. Gravity warped like liquid. Dax's voice broke through the comms. We're reading. Reflection. The planet's surface is mirroring us. Inside the viewport, they saw another Helios arc, falling alongside them, identical in every way. But it wasn't moving in sync, it was moving ahead. They were not the first to arrive. Something had been here before, or something had been recording them long before launch. The mirrored arc hit the planet first, vanishing into a wave of light. Seconds later, their own hull temperature spiked. Rena's voice cracked through static. Brace for impact! And then, everything went white. Fade-out sound. Deep bass pulse, silence, slow heart monitor tone. They wanted to find another world. What they found was another version of themselves. You've just crossed halfway through the journey to another world. Don't miss the final part, where the crew finally steps onto the surface of Erithus 9. Subscribe to Ethrixal Cosmic, and join us before the next signal fades. When Rena opened her eyes, everything was white, but it wasn't light. It was ash. The landing bay of the Helios Ark had collapsed halfway into a soft silver plain that shimmered like frozen mercury. Trent, Dax, you there? Static, just static. Outside, gravity felt wrong, lighter, uneven. Every step pressed ripples into the ground as if the planet were half solid, half memory. The sky wasn't black. It was filled with slow-moving reflections, ghost images of themselves walking a few seconds ahead, like time itself was buffering. Rena climbed through wreckage until she saw the other ship, the mirrored arc. It was intact, standing perfectly still, like it had landed decades earlier. Her heart thudded in her ears. There were footprints leading from its hatch, ending right beside her own. She called out. No one answered, until she heard a faint voice behind her. We made it back, Rena. It was Dax. Or it looked like him. But his suit's emblem bore an older insignia, Helios Arc 1. Their mission was Helios Arc 2. How long? She stammered. 3 years, he said softly. We thought you were gone. And then she realized they were both right. They were each other's future and past colliding in the same world. The ground trembled. A pulse erupted through the plains, like the planet's heartbeat syncing with their own. The wrecked reactors on both arcs began to glow. In the distance, the horizon split, a massive ring structure rising, ancient and luminous. Every reflection in the sky stopped moving. Then they all turned, facing Rena. It's reading us, she whispered. It's learning. A signal burst through the comms, the same pulse that started their mission. Only now it carried her own voice. You were expected. Rena stood between the two ships, one past, one future. One path led home, if home still existed. The other, deeper into Erithus 9's core. She knew one thing. The moment she chose, the planet would remember, and copy it, forever. If we turn back, we vanish, she said. If we go forward, we change what it means to be human. She took a breath and walked toward the light. They didn't find another world. They found the reflection of every world they ever could have made. This story is part of the Ethrixal Cosmic Voyage, where imagination meets the edge of reality. If you felt the pulse of Erithus 9, you're one of us now. Subscribe, share, and join our next expedition before the next world remembers you.